Where did I put my slides, Billy?
It's on the screen right now.
No, they're on the screen, but I put them in. Hang on, I'll just have to unshare from it because I put it in. Oh, I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's in full screen mode.
Oh, okay.
So, but I can't see you guys when it's in full screen mode. So I will just move everything around a little bit. Is the danger when you're not in your office? Okay, so week 5. It's crunch time for you guys. This is where we start placing you into with partners, and we start to get you working productively. Now, you've been with us long enough to you're showing up on time, you're looking professional, you know, you're contributing and starting to think, you know, about the program and marketing, which is wonderful. So I've seen a lot of great stuff in behaviors, which is wonderful because habits are so important in, you know, your daily life, positive habits. So let's have a little bit of matching. So Pearlie's the matchmaker, you can call her. So Raven has been chosen by one of our clients to work with the Good Knee, which is a physiotherapist called Jane Rooney, who's one of the best knee specialists in the world. She flies all over the world training people. So that's a really interesting project. However, very challenging project because Jane's so busy that I can't even understand her emails and brief that she sends me. So I think Raven has got her work cut out for her on how to approach getting enough information to do her job as effectively as possible. Can't see Raven on there, but if she's there, we'll have a chat in a minute. So, and I wanted to raise a point about this while I'm talking about clients. So when we match you with a client, it's going to be your job to get a quality brief from them to do the work that you need to do. Now, a brief is basically a document that says what you're supposed to do, right? So let me give you an example. So Raven had to go for a photo shoot out to the Good Knee. Didn't have to. Raven volunteered to go out in a photo shoot. And my first question to Jane was, oh, okay, so if you want Raven to come out, she's not a professional photographer. She doesn't have a professional camera. You know, if you want that, we have a team who does it. Oh, there you go. Hey, happy birthday. I don't know what happens. That comes up all the time, and I don't know why. You know, so these are the restrictions. So let me know what you want. Okay, I just need her for 2 hours to shoot with her phone these specific things. Okay, now that's a start of a brief, but it's not a very good brief, right? What I was expecting was that Raven would come up and Jane would give her a better brief, which is, okay, I want you to take 20 shots of this, like this, because I want to use it here, you know, etc. And give her a bit of guidance. And she got about a 30-second guidance, like, can you take some photos? And it's like, okay, that's not a brief. So when you get and clients are consistently like this, right? Because they don't know what they don't know, okay? They might know what they want. They might have done it before, but you don't. So your job is to write down on the document, please don't just do it verbally, a brief. And that brief should have the client, okay, Jane Rooney, the Good Knee, photo shoot, time and location. This is what they want as an outcome, 20 photos to use on their social media or their website or whatever. Equipment required, iPhone, you know, things like, are they landscape? Are they portrait photos? How many photos? What sort of angles and some samples, okay? So this is a learning experience for us because we didn't do this and I thought that, you know, we should have done this. So therefore, this sort of 2 to 3 page brief with example shots so that Raven would go, oh, okay, now I know because I've seen a picture of what the sample is. Now I know what I'm supposed to capture, okay? Then once you write the brief, you should confirm that with the client before you do the activity. Oh, can you just have a quick look at this? I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right work. Now, that's for a photo shoot. If it's for social media, great. So you'd like me to do 5 social media posts of what, with what captions, with what hashtags, when do you want to post it, what's in the and go through all of that information. Do you want to post it on LinkedIn? Do you want to post it on Facebook? Is it for Instagram? Is it for TikTok? Get the detail, right, from the client. This is practice in getting briefs. And then in your buddy, you will have a buddy. I want your buddy to check it. And if you really need us to check it, it'll either be Pearly can have a look if it's CampusLife. If it's the client can have a look. Or if it's Social Star, then the client manager can have a look. So someone needs to review it, okay, to get confirmation before you do the work. Otherwise, you find you have issues with the client down the track. Oh, that's not what I was expecting, okay? Now, sometimes you won't be able to do the work, right? They might go, oh, can you build me an e-commerce website? Now, we don't want you to do that. We want you to take the brief, ask as many questions as possible, and then come to us and ask our guidance. Okay, we'll tell the client that's out of your scope of ability. Maybe your buddy can help you do it. Maybe you can assist us to do it and they'll pay Social Star. There's many variety, okay? Now, I highly recommend when you're taking the brief from the client and asking questions that you use AI transcription and or a video recording to ensure that you've got all the detail, okay? This is your protection. If the client comes back and says they're not doing their job, I'll go, oh, okay, cool, let me see the brief. Now, if the brief is, they're like, oh, that wasn't clear enough, I can go back to the transcription. Oh, you said you wanted this. Pearly and I have got a client right now who's exactly like this. They're wishy-washy with their feedback and advice and keep changing their mind and they're blaming us. That's not fair. Here's a brief. We've done the work according to the brief. If you want to change, that's okay. We can do a change, So it's very important that you follow this process. Now, let me ask, I've only got Annie here that I can see. It's the only person I can see apart from Pearly. Let me ask you a question, Annie. 131, remember that process?
Yeah.
Yep. So if let's say you had a question of, oh, how would I know what to ask in a brief? Where could you go for some information?
For the brief, if I'm asking, I will probably go for Pearly first.
Okay. What else could you do?
Or probably do a bit of research by myself before asking.
Thank you. Where would you research?
That will probably depend on what kind of thing that I have to do for this task, like the type of task I have to do. But mostly if it's related to marketing, it would probably on social media platform. For example, if I do it for CampusLife, then I will have a look at CampusLife, LinkedIn, Instagram to do a bit of research of what all the other posts from previous have done.
Okay. What else? Any other ideas? I'm looking for one more. And they're great so far.
Okay. Probably that's it for now.
What's the most useful tool for students today?
AI.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you think you could put into ChatGPT, how do I write a brief for a photography shoot? How do I write a brief for social media? What's the best social media post for a physiotherapist, right? So it's not going to give you all the answers, but it's a starting point. Then you do your research on the client. You're 100% right. And then you can ask Pearly. That was perfect, right? So, but in the reverse order, okay? Yeah. ChatGPT's got more time than Pearly does. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Good answer. 131. How do I write a brief? There's my 3 ways to do it. I think my preferred one, I'll start with ChatGPT. Yeah. And then I can send it to Pearly and go, I've written a brief. Can you review it for me? Great. Right? Or ask your buddy is another thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Let me move on. So Vivian, who's been working at Social Star, she is doing work for a couple of different clients. A lot of the things we get interns to do is things like market research, yeah, which is heavily based on AI, but also just Google search, right? I think Vivian uses a lot of AI, and we've got another intern and she's doing research for us as well, because it's just so good. It's so good. I mean, and there's, yeah, I can play. So there's Gemini, there's Perplexity, there's ChatGPT. There's not just one. You should use a couple, right? Be careful to verify your results. whenever you also whenever you are quoting a statistic, a source, something that's supposedly a fact, don't just quote ChatGPT. Go to the source, verify it, and put it in the document. Okay. So I had to pull one of our interns up. They were like, "Oh, the market size for this, industry is this." I'm like, "Well, where's that information from?" And at the very end, it had a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm like, "No, I want to know. I want the client to be able to click on the slide." Okay? So just a tip for that. So Vivian's doing a bunch of hours now. The other thing I wanted to mention about Vivian is she is using the work we're doing at Campus Life as a subject in her university course. So for those people who are doing a university course, that is an option for you if your university supports that and if that is applicable to us. Now, there's a bit of work to do that, and I don't want to overload Pearly. So our intern for Campus Life, funnily enough, will be doing some of this work for us. Yeah. So just keep that in back in mind. That's for you, Annie. Yeah. And then we've also got a new person this week. Adnan has been onboarded for Hanson Living. Now, again, we gave 4 different candidates for the client, and the client chose this person. Okay. And we're going to have a backup for this person as well. And then Annie's been onboarded for Campus Life. So we're starting the process. This is just what has come up recently, but now we're going to choose the people who are going to be partnered with the Bob groups. So there'll be 10 interns going there and 10 buddies for those 10 interns. So there'll be 20 students involved in that process. Okay. Now, in order to do that, if you need to be on the Campus Life app. So if you're not on the app, we won't choose you because we need to have that information. Okay. Here's one I prepared earlier. So thank you, Pearly. So the app, I'm going to show you the app in a moment. Can you put the link, the referral link? Have you got that, Pearly, that they can do just in case someone has lost it?
For the Campus Life student to sign up, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just if you can't find it, let me know. I'll quickly grab it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're looking for, and if you've already done it, which a lot of people have, I've noticed that, I want you just to add your 16 personalities and your wealth dynamics type. I think that's going to really help. And any other details you specifically want. When we do it with clients, they generally want a recommendation. So we go, here's the 4 people we think are going to be suitable. And the way we choose it is geography a factor? Okay. And if geography is a factor, if they're in Tasmania or they're in Melbourne or Sydney or wherever, we may go for someone who's local. It's hard for, for someone to go and do a photo shoot if they're not local. Then we look at what the work they need to be done and look at your skill set. And then they choose based on personality. Oh, well, I just like that person, or, I like this thing about them, or they have an interest in my industry, whatever it is. Okay. So that's how we do it from there. Now I'll show you how the matching system works. I've got all the apps open and I'll show you that in a sec. The better your pitch video, the better you'll be placed. Everyone will be placed by the end of the program. Don't worry about that. We've got we haven't even started advertising this to our clients yet. So we just started today to start to market Campus Life to our clients. So we're expecting everyone to be placed soon. And you may even get a couple of placements. You might do a few different clients, which would be cool. Okay, so before I get into, actually I might show the app first before we get into this, Pearly, just in case we run out of time. That's right.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to put in the link in the chat, but it's not clickable. So
okay. Let me just grab it. Here it is here. So the way it actually works is, here you go, is that we set it up to have ambassadors. So this is my ambassador link. So it means that when someone signs up, it says it's my link. It's like influencer marketing-esque. All right, so I'm just going to show you. Okay. Okay, so you can see the app. I think you're looking at the same one I am.
Lara, I have one question.
Yeah, I have questions. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, you said to include the wealth dynamics, our personality on the app,
Yep.
but I just had a quick look and in the about section, there's not an option for that. So where should we put that in?
Just put it in your bio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, we didn't used to do that with our students. We only did it with our the businesses, but I think it's just a really nice way to. If you've already done the test and you know you're ablaze, then I think that's useful. Just the more stuff we have, the better. That's a great question. Okay, so this is what it looks like. If you haven't seen it, this is what the businesses will see, right? Now, the way the app works, just out of interest, is this is my page. Social Star is my company. We actually hire interns. We've got Vivian now, and we've got well, we've only got one so far. We've got others working with our clients, and so they will just scroll through like this. Now we'll say, oh, sorry, okay, I'll put on a more flattering still. So we'll have, we'll say, oh, all of these people are our top people we recommend, and you have a look. Like, so we'll recommend 4. Now, everyone's a bit different in how they do it. You can't see this, I know. You can't see the other student profiles, but you can see they'll do it a bit differently, and then obviously they could just load more and have all of them come up, right? Yep, there you go. Some people have done sort of straight to camera pieces. Some have done designed pieces. Okay. Now, is Vivian on the call?
I think so.
Hi.
If you're on the call, hi. So, how you going? You good?
Yeah.
Are you in the office? You're in the office now. So Vivian's our intern that we hired, and so you'll notice that this is Social Start, and I've put. See how that's a button that says connect? See how it says pending? What I want you to do, Vivian, is go into the application and find that, and then what you'll see is that we'll say, oh, Social Star wants to connect with you. Now, I would like you to connect back, and if you do it while we're on the call, that'd be awesome. And what I will do, because that'll send her a message, and then when she accepts my message, you'll notice that oh, sorry, I'm playing with the game now. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, cool. Was that you, Vivian, or was that me playing the audio? Are you driving?
Oh, sorry. I mean, no, I'm not. I just couldn't make it home. So I had to pull
that's
over
all right.
and do a meeting.
Ah, that's nice. Are you able to go into the app? Do you need me to give you the
Do you
domain?
have the link to it? Sorry.
Yeah. It's just app.campuslife.com.au. That's not a hot link, why is that? Hot linking. So what will happen is when we press connect, it'll send you a message, and then it will then consume a credit. And this is the important bit, is that's how Campus Life actually makes its income in this part of the process, is through that. So that's one part. Now, what will happen from, let me stop sharing and I will go into the other part of the app. I need to, just go to, here we go. All right. Now, it's important you understand how this works, because you're going to help me do stuff with the client. And there we go. Cool. Okay, here we go. So this is now an admin view of the same application, right? So as you can see, we've got 160 students in here, and they're unfortunately not by, I can't sort them by any, I have to scroll through them. As you can see, the employers we have ambassadors, and obviously I can manage things from here, right? So I can create accounts and do all sorts of things through here, through the admin portal. Now, obviously you don't need to know that, but just letting you know that I get to see all of the activities and behaviors. So I'm looking for you guys to participate in helping me use the application, because that's going to help you get placed not just now, but after you finish this 6-month process. Because after the 6 months, where you're doing work experience, you will go back into the application and be available to be hired on a full-time or part-time basis. Okay, and the way we want to do it is that after the 6 months of your complimentary, you'll get paid. Okay, so that's why we want to get you starting to use it and familiar with this process now, so that when you get to the end of this process in 5 months' time, you'll be able to be rehired. Okay, so that's the reason. Cool. So Vivian's accepted. So thank you. So if I go into the app again, we do have a video on this somewhere. Okay, so if I refresh, see how I've got 10 credits now, not 11? Okay, that just cost me $100. Thanks, Vivian. No, and that's good. And you'll see that she's accepted. Okay, what that means is she's not available. Okay, so for the other people who have gone through this process, namely, now I'm not going to connect because that's not. Oh, actually, that is a hire for us. That's true. So that's technically a social star hire as well, because it's for one of our clients, even though it's on behalf of Jane. Yeah, actually, we should probably get Jane to do that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I'll have to reverse that. So because our client, we need to set up a page for our client, not just Social Star, and have them go through this process. But we'll do it for them. We want to do it for them. We don't want them to have to figure out how to use it. We're going to guide them through that process. Okay, so I just wanted to show that a little bit. We'll work more on that as time comes, but it's important for the future. So I'm just going to drip that in from time to time so that we get familiar with using that application. It's custom built specifically to help place you in jobs at the end of this process. Okay, now let's go back to our slides, and I just want to get some feedback on where's my presentation gone, Perlin? Just give me a sec. It shows me the windows that are directly open. Sorry, I got it. All right, so can you put your hand up if you're at the workshop? Just give me a virtual hands up. Yeah, cool. A few people. If you were, do you want to jump on and just give us what your thoughts about that way and your key takeaways? Maybe Joe, you can start. You were first. Can't see you, Joe.
Yeah, am I back?
There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, I found it quite interesting. I think the main ones was how he sort of talked about sort of expanding the uses of AI. Like he was talking about making a podcast with some of the reports, so it's you can have it played back to you, so you're not just reading the whole time. I thought that was a very interesting way to just adapt and explore the different uses of AI, not just sort of prompt writing and all that sort of stuff.
That's actually a good point. I actually forgot he said that. I think his point was that he would take information from words, put it into an AI podcast so he could listen to it while he was going for a walk.
Yeah.
So he's creating his own ebooks kind of thing so that he doesn't have to read everything. He can digest it in a more user-friendly way. I thought that was actually quite smart. I'm not sure how to do it, but
yeah,
you can hire him for $50,000 and find out, or you could probably just, how would you find out how to do that, Joe?
Probably pop it into AI and see what the AI says.
It's just going to tell us what to do in the future. It'd be like, should I go to the gym now? What should I do next? In the future, it would take a lot of decision making. Annie, what did you think?
I think it was quite useful, especially it helped me to kind of reconsider my relationship with AI, And I think he made like a really good point on how you should try to do your first draft before actually like asking or like searching up from AI.
Yeah. I was really glad at the end when he showed us how he does the prompts. I was like, wow, that was super detailed in the way he approached that. Whereas I, go write me a blog about this. I don't actually use it that much. And when he was saying CEOs have to be early adopters and using it all the time, like I use it a bit, but my team does most of the work for that sort of thing. So a couple more, Will. Thanks, Annie.
I'd say it was pretty interesting how he was talking about like sort of teaching your own GPT, like how you can make your own GPT when you pay for it, and like building prompts and like showing your recent work, because what's good is what he was saying. And then if you're able to put that through AI, it can turn your thoughts into a blog post and stuff like that, just talking to the AI as well. Thought that was pretty interesting how that can be used. Yeah,
that's a really good point. To be honest, AI policy is kind of a new thing. We're just writing ours for Social Star now. So to be frank with you all, we haven't got an AI policy for CampusLife just yet. My as in written down, I could just AI it, but my feeling is that you will use your own or the client's, because if the client wants you to create content and they want to keep it ongoing, then it's best that you do it in theirs. But the most likely scenario is that you'll use your own, and you'll just have different clients over time and just train it like that. But it depends on their AI policy. So maybe a good question is, do you have an AI policy? How would you like me to do that in the brief? So here's another good question for that. Lara?
Mine was really similar, like my favorite point was really similar to what Joe said. I also liked how he was talking about taking it beyond, just the prompts and what they like spit up back at you, like going further than that. I actually did, when I was in high school, use the podcast thing on my walks. So that was
look at you go.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Can you do me a favor? Can you, in the WhatsApp group, can you just describe how you do that so that other people can learn from your skills? I'd say copy, but I'd say leverage your wonderful AI skills. That'd be cool. Thank you. And Cassie's got a question, and then we'll have Vivian will be last too.
Yeah, so I, just like everyone else, I found all of those points really interesting. And I also enjoyed the brief history of AI, how it came from cultural to cognitive homogenization is what he said.
Yeah.
I thought that stuff was really interesting about AI.
Yeah, when I was thinking about that, I was and he was comparing how, all women now look the same, how all, cars are the same. I was like, I don't know if that's 100% true, to be honest. I think that might be in some, you could say that it has had an impact, but I don't think everything is homogenized. I parked my car next to this ginormous four-wheel drive with every accessory under the sun, and I've got a Tesla. So I've got one of the ones that he showed. It looks exactly like the white one. It's white. And I parked next to this four-wheel drive, and it was enormous, and it had side things and top things and big things on the back, and I go, that is not in the brief. So, I don't think it holds true 100%, but he was making a point, and it was a good point. So, yeah, cool. Is there other questions? Because I know I've just realised we've been over time. So, and people probably have other things to do. So I appreciate the feedback. Thank you for that. Now, Life Stage is what we're doing this week, and obviously, being younger people, you're at the early stage of that compared to other people, which is me. So just make sure you do that. There's not a lot of commentary on that right now. I will, in the next 2 days, go through that material in detail. It's a smaller segment, so we use this time to do the matching a little bit more. So I'll be describing the app to our businesses and getting you to, or people to help them to get set up on the app before we so noisy, these people in my office. So before we get you to get matched. So there's a little bit of to and froing of them setting up, which in the future we'll do at the start of the process, but it's just it's the first time we're running this, so it's just a little bit late. But I'm looking forward to having you all placed. Please do reach out if you've got any questions following the 131, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday and Thursday night. Thank you for attending, people. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Hey guys.
Hi, Party. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have issues logging into my CampusLife account.
Which account? Sorry, the BYOB or
Yeah, the one which I upload my video.
the CampusLife app?
Yeah, the CampusLife app. It says that it needs to verify my email, but the last time I logged in, it didn't show that. And when I try to change my password, try to re-log in, it says unauthorized. So
Okay.
I don't know why.
Have you been able to log in into it before?
Yes. I uploaded my video and changed my bio and something about my skills and uploaded everything fine.
Okay, and now it doesn't allow you to log in again.
Yeah, I think it might be caused by I accidentally logging in by using my Google account, and I cannot log in using my email account right now.
Right. So, okay, let me think. Can you put into the chat which link did you use to log into the app? Because there are
Okay.
multiple links.
Yeah, I
I just
actually
want-
used Andrew's link to try today as well, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think you.
So
Yeah, I think it is the right link.
yeah,
So what you're saying is you used to be able to log in into another email address, and then now you're using another one to log in,
yes.
and it
I
doesn't
think
work.
that maybe like two accounts exist at the same time, and like it doesn't allow me to log in
Okay.
use my older email.
Can you share your screen and try to do it now so that I can see what is the
No problem.
potential
Uh,
issues?
just try to share it.
While you do that, I might need to log out so that I can stop screen recording and I'll jump back in.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be 1 sec.
Okay. And Hi.
Thanks for waiting for me.